You may have an addiction. Because of the endogenous opiates that hit your brain, you could have a chemical addiction to masturbation. And if that's combined with a psychological dependency on that voice, it's really, really something you want to address. Now, do you have an addiction? Let me ask you, have you tried to stop? Have you tried to stop and failed? Have you promised yourself to stop and failed? Have you had consequences? Your husband or wife are angry or frustrated, or they feel disappointed when they find out that you're lying about this again. Okay, but then you go back and use anyway. Have you limited other activities? Like you're not the person you used to be, you're not as social or physically active or other things because you're spending so much time trying to get to the porn or the masturbation. Okay, if you have an addiction, you know you do. Okay, I'm a recovering sex addict. I've been sober for over 36 years. I have not masturbated in 36 years, and I've helped literally tens of thousands of people get into recovery from sexual addiction. If you have a sex addiction, and not everyone who masturbates does, but you do know if you do, you're going to need some help. I strongly recommend start with this book, The Final Freedom. Go to sexaddict, SEXADDICT.com. There's lots of resources. There's telephone groups. There's counseling for you on this issue. You don't have to be stuck. If you're using masturbation as an addiction, you really want to get that addiction in remission because it's going to ruin your life. It's going to hurt you like any addiction. Alcohol, drugs, sex, food. Sex is something you can be addicted to. And when you are, you'll need some path of recovery so that you can really have the best sex of your life. So you can really be connected emotionally and spiritually to the person you're making love to. You can be present. Now, I can tell you, I've worked with over 5,000 people, a lot of men who, when they learn how to have sex correctly and they're connecting to their spouse, they all come back to me about 6 or 8 weeks later and say, Dr. Weiss, I am having the best sex of my life. I thought it was about positions and places, but really it's about connection. And when I bring my heart into the sexual act with my spouse, I feel more satisfied after than ever before with pornography or with prostitutes or with other things that you could be addicted to in sex addiction. So I hope that our conversation today has been helpful because masturbation is one of those kind of taboo topics. So many people do it, but no one talks about it intelligently and ask the question, why are you doing this? Okay, I hope you've discovered maybe some ideas that can help you to think through this. If you need help, Heart to Heart Counseling Center is here for you. The phone number, 719-278-3708. There's lots of resources. If you just want to talk to someone about your process, that could be really helpful, short-term and long-term. Now, if you've yet to subscribe to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. We have so many helpful information, things that you can get into, and you'll get notified about that. If you have a question about this, and we get a lot of questions about masturbation, go ahead and put it in the box, send it to us. We'll get to it as soon as possible and wait for your response. You'll get it probably within a business day or two. So we care about you. We want you to be as well and healthy sexually as possible. So go have a great sex life. Until we see you again, take care.